This is the unveiling of Compass to Disability Inclusion, which is a learning document on Disability Act. The unveiling is the high point of a two-day stakeholders forum for persons with disability community of practice organized in Abuja, Nigeria, capital city. Voice Coordinator Nigeria, Akom Iya, said the document will give Nigerians a better understanding on how to relate and work with persons with disability.
Understanding of how to work around inclusion as it regards to persons with disability. It will give them an easier understanding on how to work with persons with disability. So it's a very wonderful resource that all Nigerians should go through and have a clear understanding.
Other stakeholders and persons with disabilities says the document is an eye-opener for total inclusion for persons with disability.
It is a simplified version of the disability law, and also it's encompassing of the basic issues of persons with disabilities. So once you have access to it, you are able to understand the fact that the issues of disabilities can never be overemphasized, and you are able to know the right terminology to use in addressing persons with disabilities and the basic knowledge of what you need to know about persons with disabilities. So we expected that with this document, persons without disability are able to have access to most of this information and also have the mindset that yes, there is a law in existence and there is need for full implementation of the law, and also there is need for also a total inclusion, because we need to be deliberate about it, because I keep saying it, disability is everybody's business.
They also expressed displeasure over the low compliances of Disability Act.
The compliance level has been very low. Very low in the sense that there's a whole lot of buildings even after the enactment of disability law, because with the disability law actually gave 5 years moratorium in which that all the existing buildings will be modified to have accessibility features so that persons with disabilities can actually access them. But unfortunately, the 5 years has been over, but we've not been able to see much modifications that have happened, even in government-owned buildings and even other buildings. So most public buildings in Nigeria still they don't still have accessibility features that will make it possible for persons with disabilities to access them.
So far, the inclusion is still low, because what we are getting still is special assistance to the governor on disability matters, SSA to the president on disability matters, whereas we have a lot of persons with disabilities out there who are qualified to head MDAs, who are qualified to head commissions, who are qualified to head other offices. But what the present government too is still seeing persons with disabilities just to come and be a special assistant on disability matters. So the inclusion is very low, and that is why we persons with disabilities, we in the community, we are still going ahead with the advocacy that we persons with disabilities are qualified to head any position given to us. So we want to move from being just SSA to the president or to the governor or to the local government chairmen to a better positions. So far so good. The inclusion is still very, very low. People are seeing persons with disability as not being capable of heading a bigger office.
As enshrined in the Disability Act, 5% of jobs should go to persons with disability. But persons with disabilities, most of them are not working, most of them are qualified, but people see the disability before the person, and this has made some of them, it now become a double challenge for them, being a person with disability and also being employed. So I will encourage NDAs, policymakers to implement what has already been enshrined. This is our right. So it's not a privilege to say you hire a person with disability that is qualified, or you can't say you won't hire a person with disability because that person is a person with disability. And I believe there is ability and disability in every aspect of life. Even here in Nigeria, many persons with disabilities are thriving. So the best thing to do by the government is for them to implement what has already been enshrined in the Disability Act, and it's for the betterment of everybody.
Disability rights are human rights. They are not objects of charity
but they are humans just the way you are. And the government should keep ensuring that they do their best to include persons with albinism, persons with disabilities rather. And when I talk about inclusion, for me, inclusion is also listening to what persons with disabilities are saying, valuing them, respecting their opinions, and not just putting them just to tick the box, but ensuring that their opinions, whatever they say, are valued and they are recognized and respected. And the good thing about being included, when persons with disabilities are included in the society, you find out that they come in, they put in their best, they become productive, they become innovative, and at the end of the day, we build a better society for all. Thank you.
The document is indeed accessible even to the blind.
Railways and airport transport. Part 5. Liberty, right to education, health, and first consideration.
The theme for the 2-day Stakeholders Forum is Unlocking the Potential, Mainstreaming Disability Inclusion.